so that should tell you where we are going to. We are going to the central region, Ekumfi to be specific. And the group you just saw performing, the Apatampa, that's our dance. Central region, that's our dance. Apatampa. We have other dances as well. But this is Apatampa, you know, wherever you go in the central region. It is very common. It's performed or was performed by Sankofa Cultural Group. And the owner, or the Queen Mother who put this group together, is our guest for today, and you'll be amazed. Young Queen Mother. That's what really blew my mind about her. We'll get to know her, and this is our last, the last of the series for this year when it comes to our culture, our tradition, our heritage. This is the last one, so I hope you will enjoy it and enjoy it. There'll be other performances throughout this program for today. Well, let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. This is new style. My dress was made for me by Bri Redua. Yeah, making me look like, oh, my earring is off. Don't worry. It's all part of it. When you dance, you know, like that, that's what it's part of it. Don't worry. Thank you to Bri Redua for my dress. Makeup products always by Not Cosmetics and beautifully applied by Michelin's Mirror. Thank you so much to her. And of course, my accessories, my ring, my earring by Accessories World. We are so grateful to them as well. We take a break. When we come back, we meet the youngest ever Queen Mother that I have met. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Standpoint. Yes, today it's a grand climax. Wouldn't you agree? I just love it. I just love the energy and the feel in the studio, and I hope you're feeling it in your home as well. This is love. This is us. This is our tradition. This is our culture, and I so much love it. Strong energy. Chair, thank you for giving me energy. One more thing, well done, well done. And welcome back. Let me say thank you to our sponsors. That is G8 Perfumes Mall in Accra, East Legon, opposite the American House. Say thank you to Not Cosmetics, to GTP, timeless. When it comes to tradition, everything GTP. I mean, that's it. And very soon we'll be telling you how to identify quality and genuine, authentic GTP fabrics. There's so many fakes on the market, and we need to watch out for that. Well, I also like to say thank you to Balloons and Accessories. Everything Balloons and Accessories, just get in touch with them and they will sort you out. My Queen Mother for today, an amazing young lady. When I spoke to her, I was confused because I heard a very gentle, small voice, and I nearly said, can you give it to your mother? Can you give the phone to your mother? But she is a Queen Mother. Let me introduce her. She is Nana Ajua Enyinfua the third, Queen Mother of Ekumfi Swedru, and she is also a journalist. Welcome to the Standpoint, Nana Hima.
Thank you.
Pacho what's a den? Akwaba. Why if you're dodo? Ekumfi Swedru.
Yes.
How long have you been a Queen Mother?
Well, that was 2019,
December 5th. So that's it. Did you always know that you...
I never knew. My mom never took us to the community.
Okay.
Because she was scared that maybe it might happen they could make us, one of my brother, a chief, or like myself and my junior sister a queen. So she was so scared. So I think 2008, at the time I had completed JHS.
Okay.
And one of my brother came home and was like, I think we have to go to our community. At least we had to know where we come from. I said, yes, myself, I would like to go. So my mom wasn't around. We took a car. We actually grew up at Inyan Akotogwa.
Akutugwa,
Yes,
okay.
please. And so we took a car from there and then we went to Kufusedu. As we got to the community, the first place that we went to, we were like, yeah, ma'am, we're from a Kobawana. What's the had they, you know? We would want to know the dictionary ebusunya ewo Kufusedu. Then the woman was like, this is the exact place. You are the right place. And
The right home. I even have goosebumps.
and we were like, wow. I just looked at my brother and we were like, really? Then they took us to the palace and then they prayed for us. Then we just left. That was the last time I went there until the next time that I was going there they just raised me up and I was a queen of like that community.
Whoa. Hold on. The next time you went there, they just picked you up.
Yes.
What made you go there the second time?
The second time I didn't go there. They came to pick me at Indian Akotoga.
Ooh. They sent the, how do you call them for the, they nearly did it to me, Asafo.
Yes.
You sent Asafo people?
Yes. And some of the elders, then they came to Inyan Akotogwa. They picked me straight from Inyan Akotogwa and they took me to Abraham, our traditional council.
Yeah.
Then they did the cutting of the goat, everything. Then they brought me back to Ekonfisedu. So that was the second time I actually went to Ekonfisedu. Before I became a queen, I had not slept there before. Okay, I think.
Listen, there's wisdom in ancestry. You know, our ancestors really have wisdom, they know. And when the time comes, no matter what it is, you can't refuse it. How did you feel?
Well,
Were you scared?
very scared. I was crying and I told my dad, whilst I was in the room, I told him that I would wish to just run and never come back to this community because I've heard about so many things that this thing is fetish, this is this is that, and like people were asking my mom, do you think your daughter will ever get married? Do you think she'll be able to give birth after this? So my mom was always crying, so I didn't want to bother her with so much burden. So I'm like, I told my dad, I think I had to just run away and go. And my dad was like, Mama can't send me church. It's a passage. Like ni papa. Now I call. Some had been here, they are no more around. And so if you have an opportunity to mark your name somewhere, just do it because you don't know when you pass on. So just take the opportunity. That was the last time I stopped crying from there. So my dad really did well with that.
Is your father alive?
Yes, please.
God bless you. You know, that was, I mean, a powerful, statement to make. Yeah. And it's been a journey since then. Your mom, has she come to terms with it?
Well,
She's now okay.
No, she's told us she'll be calling. So are you sure you're going to get married? Are you sure? Like, I'll come and marry you and like, sometimes she'll call you and ask. But what my dad told me is still with me. And I know,
Marriage will come when it has to come. There are lots of queen mothers who are married. Even for this season that we've had queen mothers who are married to chiefs, queen mothers who are married to even pastors, queen mothers who are just married to ordinary people. So it doesn't matter if a man says he's afraid of you because of queen. That man is not meant for you anyway. He's not a strong, person. We have queen. I can cite the Mamponhema, and they are all over. They are all over. So tell mom not to get like. Wow! Congratulations. So how has it been?
Well, it has been a very difficult journey, but I see great possibilities.
Okay, now me. I like to do. Now you are 26.
Yes.
So that time you were 24.
No, I was 25.
25.
Yes.
Okay.
I was 29. So I'll be 27
this year. Okay. Had you completed GIJ?
Yes. Please.
You had completed GIJ. And were you working?
Well, I wasn't working. Immediately after my national service. And during my national before the national service, my mom was like, don't come home. And I'm like, had been in Accra for 4 good years. I would want to come home. I think whilst I went to school, immediately after JHS, I went to secondary school. So I didn't actually have the exposure of what Central Region was. So I'm like,
Where did you go to secondary school?
High.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was like, I would want to come back, study the fancy community, and that has always been me. I want to know and even being in Accra from 2013 till I went to do my national service in 2018 to 2019. I had always fancy.
Okay.
I've not changed my tongue for anything because I'm a fancy and I would want everybody to know what even I was in school. So I'm like, let me go home. Let me get to see the fancies, let me learn my culture, and then maybe after, if I think I can stay there, I'll stay there. But if not, maybe I'll move back to Accra and continue my life. And my mom was like, don't come. I'm like, Ma, I think I have to come. So actually, whilst I was in my national service, some of my community members, like people that know my mom, we are from the Confucius, they stay at Enyamem. Yes, I chose to go to that place.
You know, I'm from Asempenyi. Yes. Asempenyi is an Anyamema.
Yeah. So I chose to go to that place because I actually wanted to go there so that I would serve as a source of empowerment to some of the students in the community and in the school that, well, I'm from Unauthorised. I'm here teaching you, and I would want you to know that no matter what you would want to do in life, if only you purpose and you had this big vision for it, you'll be able to achieve that. So what I did was I went there to do my national service. I remember whilst I was doing my national service, some girl no fear go no young do fees Legon. I'm like, I even cried that day. I'm like, doesn't mean,
you know,
I can't have class for myself.
Gosh, and you were born classy. You were born classy.
So I think I did what I had to do, and during that time, I think somewhere June, the late queen mother passed. So they were looking for a new queen mother.
Right.
And someone went to give a tip-off that we have someone come to Enyame. There is this young girl, we think she's suitable. Yeah. So I'll be there, someone come. As if he then the person would just go. Not doing all this time.
They were doing their research.
I didn't know. And one of my mom's uncle called it. I would want to meet you. Can you come home? I'm like, yes, I would. So immediately after class that day, I went home. I went to his house. And then whilst we sat, he was like, did you know why I called you? I said, no. He said, one of my friend's daughter wants to go to GIJ. So what will you tell the person? I'm like, I said in my head, is that why he called me? I thought there's this job offer for me that the way I dressed and I rushed in thinking I'm going to get a job. So I went and I told him that, well, that decision, I don't think I'm going to advise him to either go to GIJ or go to a media school anywhere. Like, if you go to GIJ, you would have opportunity to learn as any graduate. But then with the short courses, you would have a lot of exposure, but that decision lies with the person. I can't decide for the person. And then he was like, yeah, okay, that's why I called you so you can go. Like, well, then I went. So all this while I didn't know anything that was happening in my community at the time. Not when they were doing research to know if I'm actually suitable for that.
Once again, I say congratulations. You know, I'll have to take a break, and when we come back, we'll look at the history of the people of Ekumfi. Who are they? But why did you decide to go to GIJ? Why did you decide to become a journalist?
Yes, at the time at Indian Akotoga, there was no light. Yes, there was no light. Lights came around 2009 by the time I had completed JHS.
Okay.
So there was this man that used to show movies. And I'm like, before I actually wanted to be an actress, and someone told me about your story that you are from your community very close to my community. I'm like, oh, really? So I'm like, I heard a lot of actresses. They're like, actress, I'm like, okay, then why don't I become a journalist? After all, I would want to do something that wouldn't create any problem for me. But even running away from the journalism, I'm here.
You are here. You are here. Wow, amazing story. Listen, there's wisdom in ancestry, and what is yours is yours. I mean, sometimes some of these things we see it in movies, but when it's your time, yeah, they will call you home. They will call you home. You will go. You will go. And you wouldn't know what happened. Amazing. Well, let me take a break. When we come back, we'll continue this. But let me say thank you to Go Got Yogurt by Penta Foods. As women, yogurt is very good for us and for the children as well. And if you have to go for yogurt, it has to be Go Got Yogurt. It's low in sugar and it is made right here in Ghana. Thank you to House of Food. Mother's Day is coming. Organize a hamper or something like that for mommy, or organize some lunch or dinner for her. That would be nice. They can come home and cook for you. Thank you to Your Cleaning Services. They make sure our environment, whatever the occasion, cleaning before and after, fumigating, they will sort you out at bedtime. Kodam's Gifts and Stationery. Everything gifts, everything cards, everything stationery. You'll get it there. You'll get it there. Juice Time, Cake Technique. Thank you so much. I tell you, their cupcakes, it's a die for. And I'll make sure that my little ones here will get some cupcakes. So did you come all the way with them from Sweden?
Yes.
You came with them from Kumfi Sweden? Well, we take a break. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to the Standpoint, exciting times and a real climax to our culture and tradition series. And I'm here in the studio with Nana Adjoa Enyinfua, the third Queen Mother of Ekumfi Swedru, and she is a journalist. An amazing story and history and journey towards, queenship. That is really, really, truly African, truly Ghanaian. That's how it's done, and it's always exciting. I remember how the Queen Mother for my husband's place, Edumasa, was also chosen. She was on campus. Then that's how people were there to carry her. So it even made the news. It was so excited. You could see the fear on her face. She was so scared and everything. But, well, let me say thank you to our donors for these special programs. That is G8 Perfumes Mall. They're at East Legon. I mean, Mother's Day is coming. It's just a few weeks, a few days away. And, call them. They have beautiful packages for Mother's Day, perfume sets, and even the packaging alone. It's amazing. Call them and they will just do it for you. They will deliver anywhere in this country. Anywhere you are, just call them. The number is on the screen and they will do it for you. Thank you to Afrax Classicals. Afrax has it. Is it from turbans to kaftans, to bags, to shoes, to belts, to, sun and glasses. They've got it all. Give your mother a treat. Give your auntie, give your sister, give your wife a treat this Mother's Day. Thank you to Note Cosmetics. Beautiful range, all the shades, they've got it. Buy it and add it. Give your mother a beautiful package. And then balloons and accessories. Surprise setup. Do a setup for them. You private, dinner or lunch for them. And it's going to be beautiful. Well, again, I say thank you to GTP for my cloth. This is, new style, and the dress was made for me by Brie Redua. Note Cosmetics are my makeup products, sponsor, and then beautifully applied by Michelin's Mirror. Follow her on Instagram and on Facebook at Michelin's Mirror. She always says Michelin like the tie, the same spelling, the same spelling, you can follow her. I'm so grateful to all of them. And of course, GTP is also our donor. They gave us some fabrics to be given to our Queen Mothers as well. So it's really exciting. Now, let me come back to Nana Hima. Oh, before I forget, of course, Accessories World for my ring and my earrings as well. I'm so grateful to everybody who chips in one way or the other, because you all add up to making this program. This group is your group.
Yes, please.
Have you always been somebody who loved culture?
Yes.
I have always loved everything about us as Africans. I remember my dad, he's into this, my dad is into the cultural thing already.
Okay.
He is the linguist for Enyan Akotogwa.
Oh,
So
okay.
growing up, like sometimes he'll be home and people will come to him and he'll be advising these people. So it's like, it's something I've always loved. I'm sure whilst growing up, when I moved back here in Accra, that was 2013, say I first know the Akwamona Mankwana Miwu. I'm like,
Yeah, I have to be there.
Akwama way there, some of the Muslims na
Yeah.
jojo. So like I don't miss any of, I've never missed it. I think was after that I was coronated that I've not had the opportunity to go back to Enyan Akotoga because now I have a lot of
Responsibilities,
responsibilities, yeah.
okay.
But I've always loved
Okay.
festival. Mi jina jamanumu na yesho.
Which one? Okay, so then you decided to teach them how to?
Yes. So with this one, immediately after my coronation, the Tufuhine told me that my chief, who is Nanako Enyufo Obabasa,
Okay.
yes, he's not here in Ghana at the moment, he's at the US.
Okay.
So he told me that that's his vision. So I'm like, oh, wow. Myself, I was part of the drama group when I was in secondary school. So I'm like, I love everything about it. And so he was like, then let's start. So the young lady who leads them while they are dancing, she is a family member.
Okay.
But she used to stay at Asin area.
Okay.
So immediately after my coronation, I don't know what happened. They moved back to Befikrom. And so I'm like, and Tufuni told me that the lady know how to dance, the cultural dance, and then the kete and all other things. And I'm like, okay, then let's start. So
Okay.
immediately after my coronation, I think after 3 months, we started. Whilst we started, like we didn't even have drums. So it was this gallon that they were using. So after some time, we had opportunity to go for 1 or 2 programs.
Yeah.
Then we organized the money. We were able to get their clothes for them, the beads, and then we were able to buy some. So just like a year getting to 2 years. Yes.
Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Well, now tell me about your people.
Well, Ikunfi is a paramountcy, and we have our chief, like the Odefo Achen. The current one is the 7th.
Okay.
Yes. So Ikunfi is the sub-community. Ikunfi Swedru is a sub-community in Ikunfi. Yes. So our community before wasn't Ikunfi Swedru. It was in Tete.
In Tete.
Yes.
Okay.
But we weren't at the current place that we are. We were at Enyan Mem going to Apan.
Okay.
We were at the behind, like I think adjacent Apan.
Okay.
Yes. So I think during Nkrumah's time, the place got flooded, and like the chief then, Kwenu Floba Abasa the first, was very close to the president and his dignitary. So they told him that they are going to do the road from Accra straight to Mankesim. So but we were actually Ekunfi. We are part of Ekunfi. Yeah, so they told and they gave him that tip off. So then Nkrumah was the one who actually helped build the few houses for the people of Ikunfi to come and like for Intete people to move from that place to Ikunfi Swedro. So once we got there, then they were like, okay, then they changed the Intete to Ikunfi Swedro.
Ah, yes, Yebedu. It's yes, Yedu. Wow. Wow. But do you know the history of Intete, how you got to Intete? You know, most of the time the Ashantis will tell you they came from here, others will say, the Gans will say they came from the Nile and all that. Do you know that history?
So I think we all like Ikunfi say watch yes bolu kukunfi.
Okay.
Now yes a kukunfi jedo. Okay. So it's like we are all part of the infantes that moved from Techiman to Mankesim, where it's now our spiritual head. Yes, head. Yeah. So we are all part of.
You know, my mother lived at Mankesim. So
okay.
yeah,
Wow.
my mother left her. She was the queen mother of the Obroniwewu sellers.
Wow.
Yes, second-hand clothing sellers. So I
Wow.
know my cousin very well.
Okay.
You know, the current queen mother is my boss. You know, she can discipline me like that. You know, she disciplines me like that. But yeah, so
Yes.
the bar,
Yes, the
the
bubble. So
yeah.
like as like how like I think I would have to start from the fancies,
Yes.
like how we started from. I think once we left Sub-Sahara
Yeah.
and then we got to Techiman.
Yeah.
According to history, they said we were plenty. So like the place wasn't convenient for all of us.
Right.
So here in Fantaphonia, we asked permission from the then chief that we would like to take our people from this place to another to look for a settlement. So he actually gave them the go ahead and then they set off. So as they were coming, it was Obruman Kuma the Pejan or Sono that led their chief priest. Some are calling him Amani. Some are calling Amano. I don't know which one to go for. Anyway.
But there was a chief
Yes,
priest.
there was a chief priest. So this chief priest was also part of the Osuno, and actually I think the Obruman Kwendendo, the pagan, died whilst they were on the way.
Obruman Kuma, Obruman Kuma, Obruman Kume.
Obruman Kume.
Obruman Kuma, Obruman Kuma, Obruman Kume.
Obruman Kume.
Obruman Kuma, the pejane. Osune, Osune, Sinyabwa. Okay, yes, and you. Obruman Kuma, Obruman Kuma, Obruman Kume. Obruman Kume. Obruman Kuma, Obruman Kuma, Obruman Kume. Obruman Kume. Obruman Kuma, the pejane. Osune, Osune, Sinyabwa. Bar, Fatima Fwe. Okay, so
I think the other pagan and then Obruman Kuma died. Anything I was say Osune Chinyabwa. So after Osuno, nobody came again.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think whilst they were on the way, when they got to the river.
By the way, when we talk about snow, we are not talking about the animal. Yeah, it was somebody's name. Yes.
Once they got to the river Pra, it was very hard for them to cross. So I think, according to history, they stayed there for some time. Some even cultivated, some were rearing animals. And one day, the chief priest was like, I think we can go. So everybody should prepare. No, be a rubber board. Wo bad do bad shawichu. Wanyama, I watch it. Then, but there are a lot of inconsistencies whilst you read the history, because according to some people, they are like the chief priest asked them to step on a brohono. Whilst you step on the brohono, you are at the back of the pra.
Yeah.
And others are saying he asked them to close their eyes. So whilst they closed their eyes, he counted 1, 2, 3. By the time they realized, they are the other side of the pra. Yes. And I learned, according to that history, they said those that didn't close their eyes, they were left behind. Yes, but I've forgotten the name of
those people.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
Yes, so they were left behind. So they continued the journey. So as they died, the Obruman Kwenden or the Pajan died, they brought them.
Okay.
They brought their corpse to Mankisim.
Yeah.
Then they buried them at Nananumpo.
Nananumpo.
Yeah.
It's there. It's next to, there's a Methodist church close to. Yeah.
So they buried them there. So Osuno actually, they came to meet other people.
Yeah.
The Etifo. Yes.
Yeah.
So they had to, because there were many, they actually conquered them. So some had to move from Mankesim, some went to as far as Winneba, and I think we have this community. Sunkwa.
Okay.
Sunkwa, Famaye. These are the Eti. So we're from Eti Sunkwa. These are the people that the Fantis came to meet at the time. Yeah. I should continue.
You've done so. I'm just amazed that you know the history. Of course, there's so many things I don't know. I went to Fancy My Girls. I know our school park was part of the field that they fought. Obruman Kumadapajan. Osun, so where some of the places they got there, they fought and they conquered and they continued. That's Sopon. I went to Fansman. So our school field for a very long time was very heavy.
Wow.
You know, there's joint festivals. Akwambona, Zewoba, Wobegun, Sawaya, Manzin, and the hilly area. So, and my mother lived in Mankasim, so I stayed in Mankas. Akwambona, your friend, and Nana Numumpomu. I know them very well. Miss Ma, what festival? What's your, you know, I have phone and what's your as in Nako. So, you know, and of course we were scared. We were told stories and each of those times, early day, each of you won't look there. Hey, so heavy you won't look there. But it's amazing. They who miss me, Adriana or see Danimun.
Yeah. Yes, I have to say something about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think when the chief priest, when they settled at Mankisim, then the chief priest brought a tree from Techiman. So he said, I think I have to test if this land is fertile enough for people to settle on. So he planted the tree. The very day he planted the tree started growing. Yeah.
They have amazing stories and history, you know. Wow. So you did you know this history, or you learned it since when you became a queen mother?
Well, my dad knows a lot of the history. And so whilst we were growing up, sometimes he'll be telling you. So whilst like I became a queen mother, somebody had to go and ask, Dad, I remember the last time you said this. Can you brief me? Then you add more.
I have a feeling your father knew.
Yeah.
He knew that the time will come. Your father really knew that the time will come that you'll be, you know, a queen mother.
Because
you know.
whilst before my coronation, he was even sick, but he came from Enyana Kotoga to stay there with me. He was actually sleeping in the room with me. So I was my coronation.
Daddy's girl. I'm sure he's very proud of you.
Oh, yes.
Proud of you and wish you well.
He said he wanted to come. Not that he's not feeling well. He would have been here today.
I know. I know. What's his name?
Ejando.
Ejando. Ejanyami shao ati. Omo wa huazing. No nenyini che. Na so be mun kakra. Na cheche. No onzaze no yefe. No mbo anipana. She has a very good heart for her people and determined to do something for her people. We'll take a break. When we come back, there's something that is very Nanajwa Enyinfwa is very passionate about. 2 weeks ago we talked about it, Christianity and tradition. But she called and talked about how the church and sometimes people treat queen mothers. I want to know her personal experience. You know, but before we go, let me say thank you again to our sponsors. And, you know, I like to say thank you to Gogot Yogurt, House of Food, Cake Technique, Juice Time, House of Food, Yacht Cleaning Services, and our website, www.standpoint.com.gh. Remember, this program is aired on 6 platforms: Joy Prime, EBN TV, Facebook, the Standpoint Facebook page, and of course, YouTube and our website at www.thestandpoint.com.gh. Follow us on Instagram at The Standpoint. Follow us Facebook. Set your notification anytime you're streaming or we put anything new there so you will know. And again, I plead with you, please sponsor us. You know, the Awodanswa Reading Project, the number is 0543-618182. Ketu Webia Insa. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll continue. Welcome back to The Standpoint. The Standpoint is sponsored by GH Perfumes Mall at East Legon, opposite American House. The telephone numbers are on the screens. Make sure you call them. Order something beautiful for your mother. Beautiful sets they have there. The pictures are on the screen. And wherever you are, order it and they will deliver for you, or you can go in there and pick it up. Thank you to GTP, still timeless. We are also sponsored by Eastern Balloons and Accessories. Everything balloons and accessories, they will sort you out. We are so grateful to them. And of course, our donors for this month of April, that's Afrax Classicals. Follow her on Instagram and on Facebook. She has a beautiful stuff for you that you can buy for mama, for yourself, for your auntie, for anybody you love and cherish so much. Thank you to Note Cosmetics for also is giving us gifts to be given to our Queen Mothers. We're so grateful to them. And then G8 Perfumes and Accessories. We are so happy that you came on board to support us. Now, this beautiful group that you're watching, listen, if you're having any program, even if you want them to go and dance for mama, they will do it for you. They are at a comfy, but then wherever you are, they can come and do it for you. Please, let's support them. Young Queen Mother determined to do something for herself and for her people. So you are getting good cultural, group. Nana Hima, what's the number?
0545
0545
71
71
3432
3432.
Yes,
That's the number. So call and book them to come and do something beautiful for you. Nana, historically, who are some of the women that, when we talk about, the Fantis, not just a Kumfi, who are some of the women historic in the history that played a role in our journey to where we are now? And then you can also come to a Kumfi and talk about.
Well, I think was doing my research, there was one particular woman that actually caught my attention, but unfortunately, I couldn't even get off her name.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know her name,
Right.
but she was the reason why we have Apatampa.
Apatampa.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I was so shocked. I'm like, I think Apatampa actually originated from Edina.
Edna.
Yeah, after there has been a confederation, people have moved from Mankesim to other places. So I think while they moved in there, they said there was this giant that used to come there to kill the strongest men
Right.
in the community. So one day, the giant came and one young guy was like, today I'm going to fight with you. So he started fighting with this giant. And then while they were fighting, it really got heated. And one woman was like, I think I had to do something. So whilst they were dancing, the way they dressed, she actually put some clothes behind her back and her buttocks became this big. Then she started dancing the Apatampa. Then that actually pulled the giant away and he never came back to the community. And they were like, Mbani na pie, and I was, Wapata ampa. That's why we have Apatampa.
It's not, the giant was called as Wapatampa. Oh,
yes.
Okay, Wapatan. A giant na ampa.
Pa.
So yeah, Apatampa. Wow. So let's talk about the food.
Okay.
Yeah, that the people eat, the Fantis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fancy food you wear Johnny Baby. Yeah, you wear Johnny Baby. Eba fancy kinky.
No.
Dokuno. Ndo. Na yesan wo fancy. And the afro phone the etso. Isihu. Apesi. Yes.
So Kakofrey.
Ndo anybody me papa.
Na pasna. I'm a mafia baby.
My favorite is the Kakofrey.
Kakofrey, Charlie. And then let's talk about some of the festivals.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So with the festival, yewo akwambo mbinumidi obia dinede but eba ejuma kun ikunfi infantimai na za akwambo na bebrina wozi na che waka wasi ekobo kwen how I was see bay in other places where they celebrate different festival. And also we have the ahoba.
So the akwambo is like tracing our roots.
Yes, please.
Tracing our roots.
Yes,
okay.
Please.
And
okay,
so it's not like we are going to construct a road.
No.
Tracing our roots.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And to know, like it's a time they remember where they actually came from and how they've gotten to where they are currently residing. So these people sometimes come home and some their parents have died and then they've grown to hear the story that you are from this place, you are from here. So as they come to the community and they get to know, them time in Ida Kwambo, all these people come together, they think about the development of the community and it's a joy.
Yeah.
It's a joy. And also we have the ahoba.
Ahoba.
Yes. According to the history of ahoba, people are having a lot of different definitions to it. But what my dad told me was there was a time Fantafo your baby bar Fantamim. Yes. So they needed someone to die to save Infantafo. Then Eja Horo said I would want to be the one to die for the Fanties. So Okono. Say every year he has to be remembered. But now they've added those who have passed on to it.
Yeah.
So the day of the ahoba in the night, I will be able to soon and so after then they will cook and leave some there for the dead to also come and enjoy. So I think on that eve of ahoba, you have to cook early.
Yeah.
And start fufu bese. See, you have to cook and eat early. By 6 you are done. And yes, sir. Also, somebody in the suburb
fufu. And then they used to believe that what I also heard that in the early years after Ejahor, it got to a time that people were not appreciating the sacrifice. So it looks like every year somebody was dying. People were dying, there were unexplained deaths. People would die at sea, there would be accidents and all that. So they decided to institute the ahoba so that they go and cry to remember, to let Eja Horo know, Nusunsum Hunde, ye kai no ne yenyua so into Yerusun. That's also another angle, I heard. So because if you remember, there was a time when I'm sure you were young, and for those days in Fantiman, they joined Akwambo along the road. There's some strange accidents. The car will run into the people so you can tell around the main road, the signboards, so many people died here. Cars will run into people who are just going on procession in celebrating the Akwambo, and strange things were happening. But hey, unexplained. And so people, they believe that once they purify, once they let the dead know that we remember them and appreciate them, all those things will go, in fancy history now, but that's amazing. Now, finally, you are young.
Yes.
You're a queen mother. Your mother is afraid about marriage and about childbirth.
Yes.
And you are also having your own challenges when it comes to church. People's perception about you being a queen mother. I'm sure some people are even afraid of you.
I've lost a lot of friends. I don't know, I don't even find my friends again. Sometimes I'll call them, it's like they are scared. They don't want to get close. So sometimes, even whilst I stay here, when I go to town, I don't dress as a queen. I just dress as Obia Bienim, Obia Albonobra. So, but when they get to know, like maybe I'm going for events, like where I stay, when I'm going for events and I dress, like they don't want to get close to you. Like kind of, I don't know why, but people have a lot of perception. They feel it's fetishist, so they don't want to get close to it. Yeah, so I've lost a lot of friends, but I think it has also given me a platform whereby meeting people I never imagined ever getting in contact with.
Yeah.
Like being here today. It's like yesterday I asked myself, am I the one coming to your show? I've been watching this show for a while, and I'm like, I never imagined that I would ever be on this show. I knew definitely one day I would be here, but I know it's not now. I don't know. I knew I would one day be on your show, but I thought it would be like after 10 years or something. I'm like, I'm here, like I'm going to, like, I'm like, wow. And like you tend to meet people that are they've grown, they know how life is, and these people are talking to you
and
so like
respecting you,
and you are young, and it's when you are among your peers, even though you are young, but you wouldn't do certain things that maybe they will be doing. And when they get close to you and they listen to what you are telling them, they feel like, I think I have to be calling you, or like, because you have a lot to give me. Exactly. So it's like two swords. It's cutting
both sides.
Exactly.
You win some, you lose some.
Of course.
You win some, you lose some. Yeah. What about the church? Going to church?
But at church, I don't know. Anytime I go to church, I don't dress as a queen. I'm sure. Whilst I was in secondary school, I was the Pensa prayer secretary, second assistant prayer secretary, and I was a chaplain for Mankesim Senior High Technical School. So, like, some of my Christian brothers, they feel now I'm not part of them again. They feel Hannah is like now fetish and all that. But I still do believe in God very strongly. But I also believe in my ancestry.
Yeah.
Yes, because they say if you don't know where you are coming from, you don't know where you are going to. So I just when I hear their stories, I get inspired, and I feel like there are so many things I can also do that by the time I'm gone, I don't want to be remembered as this bad queen. I want to be remembered as one queen mother who came and she did a lot. Yeah.
And I wish you the best.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy I got to speak to you and celebrate you on this day. I just, most of the time we have 2 people at a go or 3 people at a go, but I just knew that you had so much to share.
Thank you.
I didn't expect this level of knowledge. Honestly, I didn't. Forgive me, by the fact that you're a queen mother, you are my in-law. Because I hear for no what I hear for. To Mama Mowire, once I'm married to a chief. I'm your daughter-in-law. Though you are my daughter, I'm still your daughter-in-law. So I didn't expect that you had so much to give, but I'm so grateful. We have this package, to give to you as a way of saying thank you. But what's now? Mami Jojo, do I? Me in-law. I have this from Note Cosmetics, makeup, Eco Baby, then you dress, and then this fabric, this cloth from GTP, this Adupa Dumas, and then I have these turbans. Turbans. Dampede Bobo Dukunasha turban from Afrax Classicals, 2 of them. And then I have this beautiful perfume hamper. This is from GH Perfumes Mall. This is Fog. Beautiful. Now, anybody splash now, roll on from there. This is also for you.
Thank you.
Yes, that was it. Happy Mother's Day in advance to you. And wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And your final words, what have you got to say to Ghanaians and young people who run away from our tradition and our culture?
Intino. Mila sasama amakacho bibiaro teacher reshami day. Say impome if you akotogwa wana wawom actually. Na mami mpone munko confuse juda na sunde na anyame ayeni na nde mabe queen mother, and I've had the opportunity to be on this platform and in any trade obia no senye gidi wo bibim there. This is who I want to be. Now, it to me focus on that exact thing. Saying I'm a journalist. I'm still working on it. I'm sure I would have the platform one of these days. it doesn't mean that I have gotten to where I want to get to. There are so many things I would want to do, but there are stages of life. Nti baby, I also will be no man it has ended there. Keep pushing, keep moving on, and definitely one day you will get to the promised land. Thank you.
Thank you, Nana, and wish you well. We'll keep praying. Pray for God's wisdom. God knows why He allowed you to be there. And we pray that He will consistently be with you
Amen.
and guide you
Amen.
and speak to you
Amen.
and use you as an instrument
Amen.
to bring change to your people.
Amen.
God bless you.
Amen.
And I'm sure we'll get to speak again.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we'll take a break. When we come back, I'll give you a bit of me. There's this song that says, Yanum ebibrifwe. Yay. Yanum ebibrifo. It talks about the fact that enim guasi and fata ubibini. There's a place in Ekropon opposite my uncle-in-law's house. Say, Yebisawu fi, yembisawu sika. They ask about your home, where you are coming from, not your riches. Even when they are talking about the richest man in Ghana, in Africa, wherever it is, those, where is he from? Where is she from? What family? Which village? Which clan? Which tribe? You'll be traced. How beautiful it is one day when they are talking about the great woman, Gifty auntie. Yeah, I need to claim it. Or the great woman, whoever you are. Or the great man, and you can be traced. Talk about your village. When you are narrating on that world platform, talk about your feeling. When you are coming, your history. Just imagine. Just imagine. Please do not keep your children away from our culture. Now our children, I mean, it's amazing when some of them parents will tell you, oh, my daughter can't speak Chi, can't speak Ga, can't speak Ewe. Meanwhile, that's where they are coming from. There are people who are in their 50s who don't even know where they come from. They've never been to their village. They've never been. I mean, they don't want the children saying they come from Accra, Tema, whatever. You see, it's when they mention their own names, their own names, they crucify it. It's not intentional. They just don't know how to pronounce it. Dare to be a Ghanaian. Dare to be a Jamaican. Dare to be a South African. Dare to be a Zimbabwean. Dare to be whoever you are. And own it. That is your uniqueness. That is your pride. That is your ticket. That's your confidence. When you know your history, when you know your ancestry, trust me, nobody can bring you down, because we have such rich history, such rich ancestry, such rich culture and tradition. Sometimes when you remember, irrespective of where you come from, you remember Nana Yasantu as a woman, you know how she fought, and now you know about the women from the greater. Now we can take pride in na de omaidro. Na Ashikinsha, the woman on the 50 coin, you can take the women from the Volta region whose urine they used to help create a hole for them to escape. We know about Kronko, the women who lead. We know about the Fanti women. I mean, we know so much that can empower us, that we can behold. There's beauty in diversity. There's beauty in variety. There's beauty in unity. When we know who we are, it is easy for us to coexist. I'm a woman with super crazy faith in God. I know God has covered, but he has given us wisdom. Let's apply it and use it wisely. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.